Alexa, repeat. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is your girl, Tracy Williams. It's a Self-Care Saturday show, and I'm excited to be here. Hope you guys are excited too. Come on in the room. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this, whatever it applies to, then it's like happy Saturday. I love Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings remind me of something warm to drink, like tea. Not really coffee. I'm a tea girl, for those of you who know me. So welcome. If you guys want to put a comment in the box, then make sure you give permission. I don't know, but they're asking you to give permission now from Facebook and YouTube. So, hey, welcome back, family. We're going to get started today. I have a really special guest with me. I always got a special guest. But this is an awesome young lady that I met not too long ago on Facebook. I was really impressed with what she's doing and the contribution she's putting out in the world. So, with that being said, I'm going to introduce to you, and I better do it with my glasses on. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, if you're listening on Anchor, welcome to Inspiring Hope, where I encourage you to have only positive expectations through true self-care. So we always know that something may happen because this is life, and it may not be good to you, but it may be good for you. So when we expect something positive, we can know that something positive is going to come back to us. All right. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Miss Latonya. I hope I didn't say your name right. I should just say Miss Kimmy. Latanya. Good morning. And if you guys know any parents out there or grandparents, be sure that you share this as a watch party so they can get this great information. Oh, and some of you, if you're on YouTube, just go ahead and share it however you can. If you like the content, please make sure that you subscribe and hit that little bell. Where am I? Hit the bell so that you can get notification each time we're on here. We're going to be doing a series with authors, and I'm just excited because this is some great stuff, great content that we're putting out in the world here. Alrighty, so this morning I have with me Miss Cicely Forde. I don't need my glasses for that, but Cicely is an awesome young lady. I love the fact that she's doing this great contribution to put out in the world for our youth, because our youth, people always say they're our future, but they are our here and our now. So we got to build them up while they're here and they're now, right? And let them know, who they are and whose they are. That lets them know what their authority is, and it gives them all kind of opportunities and permission to just be free to be them, because we're all created to be human beings, not human doing. So just being you is enough, and just them knowing that I'm enough says a lot right there. Okay, so let me tell you about a little bit about Miss Cicely. She's a global best-selling author. She has 5 books under her belt, y'all. 5, that's right, yes. Let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to read this, but I'm gonna tell you. Let me just tell you. I know that she lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She is a mom of 2. One is age 8, and when she wrote her first book when she was like 14. No, when she was 8 years old, she wrote her first book, and then when she was 14, she had her first book published, or her first story published, I should say, right? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so good job. I love that. She started at a young age, and this thing has just been brewing in her. So we know she's created to do this, put this great content out there. If you guys like her books or what she's going to talk about today, I want to encourage you to go out there and pick them up. It's Christmas time, so what better way and what better thing can we do to give a kid but some encouragement? Because that's something that goes a lot longer ways than just, a nice toy, that they're going to play with for a while. And it goes a lot longer than a nice gift, even if it's cash money. But that internal values that we have for ourselves, it says a lot, it does a lot. So her company is called Tiny Steps Publishing. I love that. So it just fits, everything is right in line, right? And I'll let her talk to you about the belief about tiny steps, because I like that concept altogether. So you want to just say hey to our people this morning?
Yes, thank you, Tracy. Hello, everyone. Like Tracy said, my name is Cicely Forde, and I am an author of actually 6 children's books now, because the last book made 6, and I'm of 3 babies. Two of them, maybe not so much babies anymore, but like you said, 9 and 11. But my little one, she's only 2, and so that's my baby. But yeah, so my company is called Tiny Steps Publishing, and that is where I publish all of my books. And I wanted to do a publishing company instead of just independently publishing my books just through my name, because I want to branch out. I want to help other authors, other moms be able to publish their books. And the world of publishing is not an easy field. Anybody can write a book, but as far as getting it published and getting book deals and everything, those types of things, they really make it hard for us authors out there. So I just wanted to have some sort of platform where I could actually help other moms, or just people in general like myself who have this talent and want to publish a book. So that is how Tiny Steps Publishing was born. And my slogan behind Tiny Steps Publishing is "Tiny Steps Lead to Big Strides." And that is just, that's my motto for practically everything. Those tiny steps lead to big strides. Sometimes in life, I feel like we spend so much time thinking about these big, huge, long-term goals, which are great, but we forget to celebrate along the way the small goals. So sometimes things can look unattainable. Oh my goodness, that degree, that house, whatever, it can look very unattainable. But if you just set those small goals and you keep taking those tiny steps, step by step, it's going to lead to those big strides. So that is how I came up with Tiny Steps Publishing.
I love it. That is so awesome. And it just fits right in with exactly what you're doing, because it says that, like, when we are kids, we start off, we don't even start off crawling, right? We just start off kind of scooting along. And then when we do start off crawling, we crawl backwards
Yeah.
instead of forward. And then we'll rock a little bit. And so that's kind of like what we do. And then, we might take one step or try to stand up and balance ourselves. And that is the life of, like you said, writing, publishing, and being an author, and being, well, I would say an entrepreneur for you, a mompreneur for you, right?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes. And how do you like this mompreneur lifestyle?
I absolutely love it. There's nothing better than being able to do what I love and then spend all the time with my babies as well. I don't have anybody to tell me, you got to come into work here. I can set my own schedule. And that was something that was hard for me as a mom, and I'm sure many moms can relate to that, and parents in general. You have your job, that's super important, but then things come up with your children. I want to be present with my children. And so just being a mompreneur, working from home, that just allows me to spend all the time in the world with them. I'm a homeschooling mama as well, so they're always home with me. So it feels great.
That's awesome. And I love that. Then what would you be your encouragement to other moms who want to be a mompreneur, but they're just not really sure, because it takes faith,
It
right?
does.
Because we got, life is happening. We got bills coming. When the kids want to eat, you can't say, okay, you got to wait a minute or wait till I get
Absolutely.
back.
But it is a risk. But you know what? What in life is not a risk? You take a risk every day when you go in and you punch the clock from 9 to 5, because
Repeat. Hey, good morning, everybody. This
it's just that, what in life is not risk? It's getting risk every day. It's like that.
Oh, hold on. You're cutting out just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure why, but you were cutting out just a little bit there. Okay, so you were saying you take a risk? Go start from there for me.
Oh, yes. I was saying that, it definitely is a risk. But, any business venture is a, and sometimes, I mean, if you go and you take your new job, you go on your interview, and you get this brand new job, this good position, hey, that's a risk too, because they can decide tomorrow that they don't want to keep you, you know? And so it's just, I think for me, when I first started to become this mompreneur, the way that I kind of started was I still had my full-time job, but when I came home from work, I had to then put in work for myself. I had to do all my planning and everything. There's no way that I could continue to allow myself to go work for someone, allow them to drain me, and yet come home and not have enough time for myself. Like that wasn't going to work at all. So that's just how I got started. And then, you know, a good support system. As you know, I'm grateful to have my husband, you know, so that way when it was getting a little rough, if the kids needed to eat, at least we had, you know, we had a cushion. By all means, I'm not telling you go out there and quit your job today with you know, with no cushion. Definitely don't do that.
Right. Yeah. So, and I'm glad that you're right. You definitely have to have a support system in place. Um, I don't know. We lost her a little bit, you guys, but she'll be back. So, I still want to encourage you, if you are thinking about writing a book or publishing a book and being an entrepreneur or mompreneur, really consider, just everything that it encompasses. And so Cicely and I and a few other ladies are going to be doing a conference next year, hopefully February of next year, either the end of January or February, where if you guys want more information about, how to publish a book and everything that entails from A to Z, then that's something that we want to be able to put before you guys and let you know just how exactly that works so you can be successful at it and feel like you do have the support that you need, because everybody is not married, but it doesn't mean that you can't still be supported. And support comes in many different ways. And like my background as a social worker and counselor, I have a lot of resources that maybe you can pull from if the support that you need may be financial support. Don't I believe I understand all of that because I used to be a single mom too, right? So it's not easy, but it is possible. I always say it is possible to have that expectation that it can come to you, right? So I love the fact that so we talked a little bit before about her first book, and it's called Autism Is My Superpower. And I love that, you guys, because it makes those that moms that have kids that have been diagnosed with something know that autism is not necessarily your identity, right? It's just something you've been diagnosed with. And so it's so important to really build our kids up, and not just our kids, but build ourselves up as well. But sometimes we still have to go from that childlike perspective, that childlike faith, to be able to be built up. So tell me, what made you, bring out that first book? What inspired you with that?
Okay, yeah. So my first book, Autism Is My Superpower, that book was actually written in honor of my son, Aamir. He is 9 now, but when Aamir was 2, and it kind of became this little saying that we said in our house, you know, I like that. So there's a cute little video that I have of him that I posted from time to time on Facebook. And I ask him, what's your name? And he says, Aamir. And I say, what's your superpower? And he's like, autism. And so I knew, I always wanted to write a book, but I knew that had to be the first book that I wrote, because autism for me is it's a very soft spot in my heart. Like, I also work in the field of autism, so with children with autism as well. So I knew that I wanted to write this book more so not just for him, but for children all over who are living with autism, and for the people around them to kind of understand what it is that they're going through. So in the book, I took what would normally probably be considered a deficit by society standards, and
Mm-hmm.
I shared, well, the character shares how he makes that deficit to his superpower. And so that is that is just kind of, when Aamir first got diagnosed with autism, it was a very, but it's a pill that a lot of parents have to swallow. And so I worked very hard with Aamir. I wanted him I didn't want him to be defined by his limitations, only by the possibility of being something amazing. And so that,
Whoa, she said possibility, y'all. Come on, somebody. I love it because we have unlimited possibilities. It's all in how you think, how you look at it. Yes, awesome.
absolutely. And I just wanted him to know, like, as long as you put your mind to it, and you have mommy here, mama's gonna always have your back. We're gonna be something amazing. And I just knew, I said, this child is gonna move mountains. And it's
Wow.
when your child is first diagnosed with autism, there's a whole lot of what he can't do. You hear that a whole bunch. You hear it from the doctors, sometimes the therapists. They're telling you there's deficits here. He can't speak. He can't do that. But you know what? The beauty in all of it is focusing on what your child can do. And that's not necessarily saying that, oh, he's going to be this Albert Einstein. But just like I said, celebrating those tiny steps, no matter how small. I remember the first time he said, Mama, oh, it was a celebration. Okay. So, and we always do that, for him, not just for him, but for all of our children. So that's kind of how I got started with Autism Is My Superpower, that first book. And, when he reads that book, he just lights up. He's so excited about it. The character kind of looks like him. He's got like he used to have his hair like that at the time. So
That's cute. That's so cute.
excited. Yeah, he loves that book so much. And, I'm just happy to be able to, share his story and just make him feel special, and other children as well.
Awesome. I love it. That is that's what it's all about, making sure that we feel special our own selves, because when we feel that way, then we act that way. We act that way, we teach other people how to treat us. We teach ourselves, I deserve to feel special. I deserve to feel like I have possibilities, that I can do anything, that I'm absolutely not limited to a diagnosis or a name or a category or anything like. So it doesn't limit them and put them in this box, because we don't belong in a box.
Absolutely.
Amen. Yes. Thank you. I love what Grace said. She said, beautiful. It's about what he can. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, please share this information. There's so many parents out there. I know that can be so discouraged by autism, or that just the word, or even happen, not because now you were very fortunate. Your son was diagnosed at the age of 2.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I know so many parents that go to 2 or 3 years before they can actually get a diagnosis. They're not sure what's wrong, or they're not sure what's right, but they know something is just a little bit off. And so they don't know what to, and you know how we get when we don't know, we just in that stage of like, I don't know what to do. We
Right.
get scared, we get freaked out, we think something is wrong with us, but that is not always necessarily the case, right? So we don't go with that language in my field of something is wrong with us, right? We go with something totally different. And so I want to thank you, for putting this out here in the world like this. And I really appreciate you. This is a big contribution. And when I say the world, I do mean the world, because, if you make your son feel special as one person, but your son is going to meet a lot of people, even after you're not here. So
Right.
that means he can affect a lot of other people as well. So it's not just about who we know. And that's why it's important to share things and tell other people and let them know, hey, there's help available. I know this one lady, and she works with autism. She works with this, and she helps and she supports, and so on and so forth. And so I love your drive and your energy, that you're out there, trying to help. So you're not just making it about you, but you're out there trying to help and make things happen for other kids as well, and their parents too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I know you have something exciting going on today, a little bit today, later on. So tell us a little bit about that, and a little bit about your new book, which I am like super over the heels. Show me the cover. Show us the cover of your new book.
Okay, so this is my new book, and it's called Azuri's Crown. And it is about a little girl who is going on her little self journey and learning how to love her hair the way that it is. And so this book here is so special to me because actually, you know what? This pretty little girl up here was actually illustrated by an 8-year-old girl. And her name is Kennedy Ray Mitchell. And later on today, we are going to be celebrating with a virtual book launch. And Miss Kennedy is going to be there so she can, share her magic with you guys too. And I just, I really love this book because it's relatable. It's relatable to myself. It's relatable to so many little girls, all over the world.
Right, right.
Hair, especially in the Black community, has always been such a big deal, And I remember being a little girl and wanting my hair straightened, and I remember, cutting my hair, and just not this look right here was just not something that was accepted. I don't remember seeing any of my friends in school with their hair like that, and that's a sad reality. It's like, nowadays things are changing, and that's really good, but you still have situations where our children are being told that they can't wear their hair a certain way for school. There's been I've seen articles where the students, they have locks like me or something like that, and these teachers, schools are forcing them to cut their hair or anything. And it starts in the schools, but it even goes into the workplace, right? Where
Yeah.
like, you know all of a sudden I have a job interview. Oh, what am I going to do with my hair? Because you don't think your afro is going to be acceptable. So what do? You straighten your hair and everything like that. Which, if you want to straighten your hair because that's what you like, that's great. And that's totally fine. But don't think that you have to. Your hair is beautiful and it stands out. It makes a statement. And don't be afraid to make your statement and stand out. So that is what this book is, teaching the little girls, through this little journey. It's about her salon experience and everything like that. So definitely go and check out Azuri's Crown. It is on Amazon. It hit #1 new release when we first launched it on Amazon. So it is on Amazon. It is also on my website, tinystepspublishing.com. And if you order from my website, you will get an autographed copy.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. TinyStepsPublishing.com. Now, if someone can, please do me a favor and put that in the link for me. TinyStepsPublishing.com. It's also a link that directly to this. After you get done, if you go up and look at the promo that's in this video that announces the video itself. But if you could do me a favor and put that TinyStepsPublishing.com in there. Now, what time is your book launch today? And
my book launch is 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am going to be doing it on Instagram Live. So if you guys if you have an Instagram, go and follow me, TinySteps_publishing, and we are just going to have a party. We're going to celebrate because it's definitely something to be celebrated.
Yes, it is. It really is. So congratulations again, my friend. 6 books. That's awesome right there. So there's no stopping you now.
Oh, no.
Now, and I definitely am a person that believes each person has a story inside of them. But I want to ask the audience a question. How many of you are thinking about writing a book? Thank you, Thalisa, for putting that up there. So how many of you are thinking about writing a book or have started writing a book? Or how many of you have wrote a book, but you're just not sure how to market it or what to do next? Like what comes next, right? So if that's you, I really want you to put something in the comment just so we know, like where you are with that. So make sure it just put yes or yes, that's me or something like that. Or I started a book or I need help with the marketing because we want to be able to gauge and, make the symposium something that is very helpful to you. Like if you're starting at ground zero, we want to have a room for ground zero. This is my thought process and, I want to do it, but I'm not sure where to start. If you're a person that already started or published your book or you're in the midst of that, and you're like, I need some help with marketing, then I want to know about like how do you mail stuff out, things like that. How do they actually get the books, right? So all those things, how do I upload it? Should I do an ebook? Should I do both? Should I do a preview or on Amazon or what? Should I be in the Kindle Fire group or, things like that? So we want to be able to help you know, like what steps to take next. Okay. So please let me know. Okay. Awesome. Thalisa, she says she's in her next step. wrote the manuscript. Congratulations.
I,
Get it, girl. Get it, girl. And that's my girl from Sisters Helping Others Progress.
nice.
So if you are a person that has a story in them, if you know a young lady or a young man that has a book inside of them, big or small, short or tall, just for the run, then let them know. Share this and let them know, because one thing about a book is that after you're gone, long after you're gone, there's something to be said that you are here is one thing, whatever your message is in that book, or and I believe truly it's not just one message when you write one book, it's several messages in that one book. And what it also does is it gives up other people an opportunity to learn the lessons that you've already learned without them having to go through the things that you went through. So it takes them a little bit further, a little bit faster. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. I love what Michelle's. Yep, marketing is always a challenge. And
Yeah.
it's always good. Like Cicely was saying, it's great to have some support there and know, what do I do next? Or what are some opportunities available for me? Because you never know who you can meet or network with to help open up those doors and bring you opportunities. Okay. And I love yep, any tips you can hit. I know, right? Any tips. So, yes. So great. If you guys, we're gonna be doing some she's gonna be doing some giveaways later today at the party.
Yes.
And she has agreed to do a giveaway today. And
Yes.
so tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so I will be doing a giveaway today for my book, and it will be an autographed copy, and then also I will also be including some cute little bookmarks that go along, like this little character. We got some adorable little bookmarks that go along with it that have like motivational things, because this book, it is a children's book, but the message can be for anyone. So you don't have to be a child to get this book. So I will be doing a giveaway for this book today.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much. So how are we going to determine who gets a book today? I know Felicia's saying she needs that book in her personal library. I know that's right. I mean, look, it has a crown on it. To me, that says so much. That's a message in itself right there, right? Because we're letting our kids know that they are royalty. This is like you come from royalty. And so you deserve to be treated this way, for one, right? And then the expression of the young lady in her hair. I think what drew me to that was a lot of times, and I know it's personal for Black women and Black girls and stuff like that, but everybody has trouble with their hair, especially when you go through that the fifth grade, seventh grade stage. Oh my goodness, you just and then when you go, then when you go through that next stage of, oh, the little boys are looking at me. I got to do something with my hair. Then we But then as you build them up on internally and let them know, you build up their self-esteem and build up their values, then they begin to know, look, I am more than just my hair. I think somebody made a song about that. I'm not sure if that was Erica Badu,
Yeah.
but it's so true, right? We are more than just our outward appearance, but it's important for us to be able to say that. And it's more important for them to be able to know it, not just be able to recite it out of their head, but to know it in their heart. Like, look, I'm more than just a body on the outside. Because let's just face it, you guys, men and women alike, we are attracted to things with our eyes first. I don't care what none of y'all say. We
Mhm.
are attracted to things with our eyes first. And then, all the other stuff is like, next. So for whoever's out there saying, no, I liked him because he had a good personality. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Or I liked him because he had a good laugh. Thank you for putting that up there. Thank you so much. I'm gonna show this. Awesome. So this is awesome right here. But let's face it, we do look on the outside first. But it's important to me for as early as we can begin to let these kids know that they are loved, that they are valuable, that they do have strengths, they do have weaknesses, but those weaknesses don't define who you are. They help shape you and gain that character that you need so that you can become the person that you want to be and do all the things that you want to do.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes. And I love this point. So you want to speak to a little bit about this? the hair and the.
Oh, with the interviews in the corporate world. Is it that comment right there?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, I myself have struggled myself with that as well. And it's like, I've had natural hair for a long time. And so there was a point in time where I would be, oh my goodness, I have an interview tomorrow. What am I going to do with my hair? And, and things like that. And it was just, it's hard because as a Black woman, or even any woman with curly hair or afro like hair like ours, it's always looked as if our hair is not acceptable. And so that is the whole reason as to why I wanted to write this book. And sometimes sometimes we say, oh, it's because of corporate world, but sometimes it started at home. you know you have these beautiful little girls with their afros, and then sometimes what do we do as parents? What's wrong with your hair? Oh, you need to do something with your hair. And and things like that, when in reality we should be pouring into our children, because yes, your afro hair is beautiful. No, you don't need to straighten it. Not for anybody, not for anybody's not you don't need to dim down your greatness, because that hair of yours, like I said, it's your crown, it's your halo, and you're supposed to wear that proudly. And I'm not saying that's the only way that you have to wear your hair, but when you want to, you do it. You do it, because whose standards is it that you have to appeal to? Society's standards? You're going to let society tell you how you have to wear your hair? The hair that God gave you? No, we're not doing that at all. And so, I have a 2-year-old little girl, and I just need her to know every day, no matter what we do, sometimes we braid her hair and sometimes we just let it be. But every day, guess what? I let her know, you are beautiful. And she knows it, honey. She looks in the mirror and she's like, So.
But that is awesome. I love that you do that. And so just so you guys know as well, and I'm not sure if some of you are aware of it or not, but in a lot of states, a law was just passed, not too long ago, about allowing Black women to wear their hair naturally in the workplace without firing them or without writing them up and things like that. And most of the states were in the South, but still, it's just amazing that things have to still be done in order to live freely, in order to have freedom and things like that.
Right.
But they are still getting done, and so I'm really grateful for that. That's why I love, and that's another reason why I love this book. It really spoke to me because, like you said, if it's starting out young, then hey, we got to do something about this now, so that later on that kids don't have to deal with this, and they can really have a grasp of who they are and how important they are. I had an uncle that passed not too long ago in September of this year, and every single time I saw him, he would tell me he loved me. He would tell me how special I am. He would tell me how important I am. And I mean, he didn't ever miss a beat, and he always gave me a hug. So I always knew that he meant it. But every time he said it, it made me feel a certain way. So it made me feel really, really, really good. And it reminded me of my identity, my true core identity, that I am special, I am unique, and I'm not supposed to be like everybody else. And I think that's important for us to remember. I mean, how boring would the world be if we all looked like each other, if we all did the same thing all the time, and we all had the same amount of intelligence? I mean, come on. Then who would be special? Nobody. We'd be just like robots, all programmed to do the same thing, walking around like robots.
Right.
Right. And so we were never created to be like that. So I love the idea of the book, and that it did come to pass. It did manifest, and we know we definitely, if you are thinking about doing a book, and we want to help you manifest that book as well. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, okay, so Tracy, where's your book? So I actually have my book.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So I'm excited. It won't be available until January because I ordered it, but I won't get any.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but just because of some of the troubles that I had in what do I do after this and what do I do at this step and that step, then I want to make sure that the moms out there, this is a way to create an opportunity for you to do something that maybe you really always wanted to do, or help your kids be able to do that. Because a lot of times I'll go in homes and I'll discover kids that they have a gift of writing. they might be 8 or 7 years old, but they already just have a natural gift of writing. And so that's something that we want to be able to help our children and we want to help ourselves, but it's easier to help them when we have the knowledge to do that ourselves or we have that connection. And so at Inspiring Hope, we're all about giving you those positive expectations, but part of those expectations is being able to have a knowledge base and being able to connect you with the resources and collaborate and network with other people and other businesses so that you can obtain those things that you want to obtain and do what you want to do. And so, okay, so I guess we only have a couple of people here who really want the book.
Okay.
So if you have, okay, so I know you guys are used to me doing a number, and I'm going to give me a pen to write the number down on paper so I don't change it in the middle. So I want you guys to be thinking about a number between 1 and 10. And yes, let me know. Put it in the comment box if you want her new book, the latest book, a signed copy of it. Make sure that you go to her Instagram page today and somebody put the link in there so you can just like click on it. I think that was, I'm not sure. Let me go back if you, Miss Latonia. Yep, Miss Latonia put that in there. Okay. So we got one number in there. Okay, any other bidders for me today? And so so while we're waiting, I'm gonna ask you another question. Thank you so much, Tony, for putting that in there. I want to ask you, so what's next on your schedule for you? What's the next project?
Oh, well, you know what? I have this year, I put out 6 whole books. All of those were written in 2020, and it was awesome. I want to do more books in the upcoming year. Probably won't do 6 because I really, really, really want to write a children's novel. So that is going to be, my little baby that I'm working on. I think in between writing the novel, I will still release some picture books because, that's where my heart is. I really love picture books, but I really want to write a nice motivational backstory type novel for readers that are more so my son's age, around that 9 to 11-year-old type readers. So that is going to be my baby that I'm working on in 2021. So stay tuned.
All right. So we'll definitely be praying for you for that to come to pass. And that's going to be awesome. I love that idea, a novel for kids. That's wonderful. Okay, so anybody else in there? And even after we get off, you guys please make sure that you share this information, to any mom groups that you know about or any mom entrepreneurs or somebody, writers groups that may be wanting to write books or think about writing books and just feel a little discouraged or like really too busy to actually get it done. So my big reveal of the day is, and I just tore this off my sticky pad, so they match, so y'all don't think I'm cheating. The number is 6. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, awesome. So awesome. Oh, cool. Okay, so great. Thank you, Mr. Lisa. You got it. You got it. And I do have your address from the nice, wonderful package you sent me the other day. So I will make sure I get that to you. And I'm so glad she does have a copy. Awesome. So we got winner, chicken dinner. All right, Mr. Lisa got that. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you did that. And I'm glad you already have your copy. So I can't wait to get my copy. I have to order it from somebody else. Now, here's the thing too. After you guys get a copy, make sure that make sure that you do a review on Amazon, okay?
Yes.
So I know, me too, right? I'm excited for you because I'm just glad. So make sure you do a review because that's really important.
Reviews are very important. And honestly, guys, I do want your honest review. But those reviews really help on Amazon. They help for the algorithms. They help the book, they help for Amazon to actually show the book more. So if you get a copy after you read it, please hop on over to Amazon. You can either type in the book title or you can type in Cicely Forde, and all my books will show up, and just leave a review for me, and that would be greatly appreciated.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so I have to order mine under somebody else's name for some reason. Amazon never they don't let me leave reviews.
Oh
I
no!
don't
Oh no! Yeah, they're very picky about their reviews because they just want to make sure that nothing else is going on. But yeah, they're really picky about those reviews.
yes. So I just put in a comment in the box here. Whatever you make happen for somebody else, God will make sure that happens for you. And so we want to wish you best success in everything that you do. You guys, please be looking next year. We want to put on like a symposium for those who want to write books and don't know what stage to be in, what stage they are in. It doesn't matter what stage, if it's beginning, if they're just thinking about it, if they've already started the manuscript, if they need help with marketing tips. And so it'll be more than just two people, of course, because y'all know that's not my expertise, right? But I am learning. And so I'm going to bring some experts on here that do know what they're talking about so you can get to the place where you need to be and we can get these stories out to the world. And it's part of leaving a legacy too. And so I know a lot of you know about that. So remember, what you make happen for somebody else, will make it happen for you. Thank you for joining me. And don't forget to make sure that you join her today over at Instagram. That's going to be exciting.
Yes, it will.
I can't wait to meet this. How old is your niece that did the book?
She just turned 9 yesterday.
Oh, wow. So this will be another birthday kind of thing for her, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. This is awesome. Oh man, Rick, you should have he should have got that in sooner. He hit the number on the head again. Rick got something going on because he won a book last time from Michelle Graff.
And
Sorry, bro, but I got to get the other one to you.
yeah.
So, do you have any last words that you want to give to our audience?
Well, I would just, first of all, thank you, Tracy, for having me here and allowing me the chance to, speak about my craft and everything. And so, guys, I just want to let you guys know that representation definitely matters. You keep on pouring into your children, keep on celebrating those tiny steps that they take, and make sure that, you don't just tell them it, because telling them is one thing, but make sure you're pouring into them. So when you're telling your beautiful little Black girl that her hair is beautiful, make sure you get her this book to back it up so she can see characters that look like her as well. And just thank you guys for all your support. It's been so wonderful.
Thank you for coming on today. I really appreciate, what you're doing. It's so important for you to continue on this role in the world. You never know how many people that you really are affecting. Like I said, every person that you meet, they are meeting at least 1,000 more people. So discount one as 1,000, right? It's okay. So then the other thing I want to say is don't forget to keep looking for the symposium that we're going to be, putting on early next year as well. Okay, and then also I want to tell you guys something. So next week I have a treat. Next week is going to be a little bit different. I want to invite several people to jump on here because it's kind of an end of the year type of thing, Christmas time, right? And I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about tell us something that your mom or your dad taught you that you want to leave and tell somebody else. And talk to us a little bit about what's your Christmas tradition? What's some fun things that you've done in your family or that you plan to do in your family? Because everything is a little bit different this year. But you know what? I know, like Christmas time, we used to like get together kind of for like a smaller gathering than Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving would like be the big gathering, right? And then Christmas time, you kind of stay more at home to yourself. You may go out and give the presents away and things like that, but that big dinner thing, that was more of our Thanksgiving thing. So like, what is it for you this year look like? And do that with some positive expectations through true self-care. Now, one more tip I want to give you guys. because her book has a lot of, it sounds like, a lot of affirmation type of things that you're going to be doing. So this is something that I did with a child that had a diagnosis, and I know that it works because a lot of times in the morning or whenever you brushing their hair or you're doing their hair, combing their hair, just that touch of the scalp and saying those words at the same time, it does something to the brain. It does something to the brain. And so, yeah, I'm saying it twice and I'm saying it nice and I'm saying it slowly so you guys can really get this. It really does something to the brain to release everything that they need, like those endorphins for the day, the right amount of cortisol for the day, everything. It really does work. So if you have a little girl and you're doing her hair, you're brushing it or combing it or just putting the grease on it or rubbing the grease in, whatever it is, or if you're not doing grease anymore, because now they got away, okay, just put the oil, scalp on your oil. Whatever it is, that touch mixed with those things that you say that are positive affirmations, it really puts a whole nother level to it. So make sure you incorporate that as part of the self-care for your babies, okay, or grandbabies, because some of y'all are nanas or grandmas or something like that. All right. Peace out. Thank you for joining us. Love you all. I appreciate you showing up. And thank you, YouTube family. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure that you subscribe today. We want to continue to bring you more content, especially that will help moms and our youth be successful in everything that they do. All right. Peace out, you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.